Gaming can be extremely healthy for you, and let's find out why.
Let's be honest, most of us have had that moment where you're a few hours deep into a gaming session. Maybe you've just finished a big mission or wrapped up a boss fight, and suddenly it hits you. What am I doing? I could have been productive, I could have
Sometimes
gone
it
to the
does.
gym, could have learned something, I could have fixed something or built something. That sinking feeling, guilt. Like, gaming is this unproductive, passive escape. And the thing is, that feeling doesn't just come from nowhere. It's built into our culture now, into our routines, and the way that we measure value in adulthood. So let's break down exactly where this guilt comes from, because if we understand it, we can start to dismantle it.
Well, I guess let's find out.
The modern world runs on output. You're judged by your job title, how busy you are, how much you're grinding. Work culture, especially in the UK and the US, pushes this unspoken rule that downtime has to be earned. If you're not using your time wisely.
I do actually agree with that. If you're feeling guilt because you're playing games, you need to offset that. I mean, obviously you're feeling it for a reason. The dishes might need to get done. You need to clean your house, clean your room. You need to go run errands. You need to at least, if you have dogs, walk your dogs. Go for a run. The more stuff you get done before you sit down to just, game, because, we're gamers. We're going to sit down for hours, if not the rest of the day or the rest of the night. And if you're feeling guilty, obviously it's for a reason. So it actually is in your best interest to go ahead and get everything out of the way that you need to do first, and then you can sit down and game. I'm not saying that, it's necessary for everybody. Not everybody feels guilty to sit down and game. They'll let their, house be dirty, or their room be dirty, or their dishes pile up, and they just don't care. So, it can vary from person to person, but I a little bit disagree, a little bit with what he's saying.
You're wasting it. And gaming, that gets lumped in with the mindless entertainment bracket. But here's the twist. You're not wasting time at all.
But I do agree that it is healthy for you. We are not wasting time. It's just you're spending time doing something that's going to take hours. So that's why you should get the other things out of the way first. Because, even if you was to go to the gym or go on a walk, if your house needs fixing, or it's dirty, or this or that, you should probably do that first, then go outside and go to the gym or go on a walk. And then when you get back, you're like, okay, like everything's done, everything's ready. It's time to use gaming to get healthier and learn and have fun and enjoy the story. Gaming is just like a book or a movie. It's leisure time. It's where we rest and recover. And if you have nothing to recover from, if you just woke up and now you're just recovering all day, I mean, unless you ran a marathon or like did something crazy the last few days, you probably should get up and do something.
Recovering. Research from the Journal of Media Psychology shows that video games are one of the most effective forms of active recovery, especially for people who feel drained or overworked. In fact, games do a better job at recharging
Look at that
mental
old man.
energy than
He's not even
passive
playing a
activities
game.
like watching TV
To
or
be
just
honest, I
scrolling
know
through your phone. Why?
he
Because
wasn't.
they demand focus. They offer immediate rewards. They create a sense of control, all of which are linked to lower stress and improved mental resilience. Think about it. If you finish work, your brain's been on edge all day with deadlines, decisions, distractions. You need something that lets you engage without that pressure, something that gives you structure without stress. And games fill that gap better than almost.
I can't help but feel that like most of the people in these little videos are not actually working. Like this girl's just clicking on the keyboard and saying random things. Like I don't think they're actually recording. I don't know. It feels weird. This feels off.
Anything else. Gaming is not just a way to pass time. It's a way to recover. If you're overworked, stressed, or mentally drained, gaming is a deliberate, healthy choice to reset your mind.
It's true. And this is
Even
true
though
as
the
well.
gaming industry makes more than music and movies combined, there's still this cultural undertone that games are for kids.
It's all
When people talk about gaming, it's often in the same breath as cartoons or toys or just simply wasting your youth. That stigma sticks, even if you're 30 and gaming is your main form of entertainment.
Now this chick is I don't know, she convinced me a little bit more. She might have been gaming.
Look at the facts. The average gamer is 32 years old.
I'm 32 years old. I'm average.
Over 70% of gamers are over 18. Nearly half of gamers are working professionals. And many of them play games to cope with stress, improve focus, or stay connected socially. Gaming hasn't stayed in the teenage bedroom. It's matured with us.
This dude's weird. He's freaking me out. I mean, this is like a Ted Bundy. This is a serial killer right here. That's a pretty lit up board right there. I think I have one similar to that. But I don't know if he's actually gaming or if he's just recording this.
We're now playing narrative epics with 100-hour runtimes. Games that explore trauma, grief, politics,
more than 100
philosophy.
Hours
games that require decision-making, logic, skill, planning. Nobody looks at a 30-year-old who reads sci-fi books or watches 3-hour films and says, isn't that a bit childish? Yet somehow, gaming still does get that label.
No, but if you watch The Lord of the Rings and you watch all of them, I mean, you're setting aside like 9 hours or more.
That guilt that you feel, a lot of it is cultural baggage, but the stats show that gaming is not just for kids. It's the dominant art form of our generation.
They're gaming.
And you're not alone in enjoying it. Here's the thing. We're taught to measure value by output. What did you produce? What did you earn? What did you achieve? But gaming is rarely visible. You can't show it off in the way that you can show a gym
definitely
body
not
off
gaming.
Or a home project. So it's easy to look at your gaming hours and feel like...
Let's go back.
But gaming is rarely visible. You can't show it off.
Look at that. Oh my! She's in the same room. Now I know 100%. This is confirmed. I don't know where this guy... This might be AI. I don't know. It looks real, but same room, same keyboard, same mouse, different person being extremely fake. If she had an extra finger, I would say for sure this is AI, but this is like a weird recording. Like someone's recording these people and it feels odd.
In the way that you can show a gym body off or a home project. So it's easy to look at your gaming hours and feel like
man, I miss Red Dead 2.
That's a complete lie because games don't give you external value. They give you internal value. They give you focus, challenge.
If you notice though, he keeps showing games that are single player, not necessarily online focused games. And I've been talking about this a lot on the channel, and you're going to see a lot more videos about this. And I talk about this in my podcast. Offline focused, single player focused gaming is where it is. Look back there. That's Legend of Zelda. That is legit. So when you want to not feel bad, maybe that feel like you're wasting time, go play a single player, story driven game where you're locked in. It's like reading a book. It's like watching a movie. You are progressing. You are getting things done. It's not engineered for you to forever be locked into this, this weird... It's a never-ending thing. The people that created Call of Duty, that created... name your multiplayer live service game. They are designed to keep you repeating the same thing over and over and over again, and that does feel bad. That does feel like, your progress is reset every every month, every few months, name it, whatever. It's a never-ending cycle. They design it that way so that you always come back for whatever you're looking for, but you never get it. But you keep looking. It's a classic technique. It's what it's what happens when people do, pharmaceuticals and whatnot. I mean, that's why, the Sackler family, became billionaires, because they figured out how to make a medicine that keeps people coming back for more. But it didn't actually solve their pain. So if you want that feeling of man, I put 5 hours in today, but I got something out of it. If you want it to be online and you want it to be with people, I play old school RuneScape. You can put 10 hours into that game and you could come back 10 years later and those 10 hours still matter. If you were to choose World of Warcraft and you put 100 hours in that game, you put 1,000 hours in, you put 5,000 hours into that game, you come back 5-10 years later, none of that is going to matter. Every single thing that you did, I mean, other than getting like a mount or maybe some armor for transmog, it's all wiped out. It's all gone. That's the same thing with all these other live service games. I'd say like RuneScape is probably one of the only, I don't know how Final Fantasy XIV works or anything, but old school RuneScape is one of the only online sort of, it's not even necessary, I don't know if I'd call it a live service. There's no microtransactions. It's one of the only like online games where you really get progress. And that's another thing that you get out of these single player story focused games is you get progress. You feel like you did something. You didn't just veg out. You went on a journey. You saw dragons. You read books. You made potions. You did all kinds. The Witcher. I love The Witcher for this because you can go off on a side quest, and it's a full-on story. The Witcher. I cannot wait for The Witcher 4. It's going to be absolutely amazing. The Witcher has gotten me into. There's a whole series of The Witcher books, and I started the first one. And since I've played the games, since I've watched the Netflix series, the books are just they're right on point. You can see Geralt, you can hear him, the characters, and it's just awesome.
Mental stimulation, structure and flow, a sense of mastery, and most importantly, they give you joy. Psychologist, well, I'm not going to try to pronounce that name, but
Mihaly,
it's on the screen for you to.
Let's try. He said he didn't want to pronounce it. Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. That's stupid.
Give that a go. Anyway, they coined the term flow state, that feeling of being totally immersed when time disappears.
Look at those
and your
glasses.
brain is firing on all cylinders. Gaming is one of the most reliable triggers of flow state.
I don't know what they were
That's
doing,
not a waste of time. That is peak mental function. And if your mental health, mood, and motivation improve after a session,
let's drink this
well, that's
coffee.
real value, isn't it? Even if it's invisible. Just because you can't show it doesn't mean it isn't valuable. Gaming trains your brain, it improves your mood, and it gives you meaningful internal rewards, and that counts.
It's
So
kind
yeah,
of
it's easy to feel like
just that
gaming
ship
is
right
a
there.
waste
It
of-
kind of reminded me of what I've been doing lately. Is playing Alien Isolation, and Alien Isolation. So I'm super into the Alien movies, and Alien Isolation mapped out the ship. It looks just like the Nostromo, but there's other ships that are in there. They all look the same. But if you want to actually live in the movie, playing Alien Isolation, freaking amazing single player storyline. You are gonna be locked in, and you are gonna feel it's scary too.
Time, I get it. But that feeling isn't based on
I don't even know what
any
game
kind of
this
truth.
is.
It's based on outdated ideas,
Subnautica?
cultural
I guess I
pressure,
never
and a
played
world that
this.
constantly tells
I've
you
seen
to
it
do
a
more.
bunch.
But here's the truth. Gaming helps you rest. Gaming connects you to stories. Gaming makes you feel something.
Gaming makes you
So,
feel amazing.
In my opinion, gaming matters.
Gaming does matter.
If
Gaming is
gaming
part of the culture.
really was just a waste of time,
Fallout.
if it truly had no value, then explain this. Why is it the biggest entertainment industry in the world? Because that's what it is. Gaming now makes more money than movies, TV, and music combined.
Critical?
Not just sometimes, but every single year without fail.
Too much.
Let's start with the numbers. According to Newzoo's Global Games Market Report from 2024, the video game industry is worth over $184 billion, projected to cross $200 billion within the next year. Now compare that to the global movie industry at $80 billion, the global music industry at $30 billion, and Netflix's 2023 revenue $33 billion. In other words, we spend more on games than we do on all other media. And it's not just casual mobile stuff. AAA console game and premium PC titles, narrative adventures, complex RPGs, that's where a huge chunk of this money goes. People aren't buying games just to pass time. They're buying them because these games...
I've always wanted to try out this game. I bought this game on iPad, Stardew Valley. I don't know, I just bounced off of it, I love farming games, and I have Farm Together on Steam. I got like hundreds of hours on that thing. I'm on the last achievement, and to get the final achievement, on average, takes like 430 hours or something like that. So I'm just like farming flowers and trying to get shards to buy out all the land. It's taking forever. They already got Farm Together 2 coming out, but I don't know. I just kind of bounced off this one. Maybe I should try it again on like Steam Deck or PC or something like that.
It means something. Look at the record-breaking launches. So you got Grand Theft Auto 5, which earned $1 billion in 3 days.
In 3 days. Holy crap.
Oh, it's raining. The Last of Us Part 2, which sold over 4 million copies in a weekend. Elden Ring hit 20 million units in under a year.
I have the
Baldur's
Last
Gate
of
3
Us
won Game
Part
of the
1.
Year,
I
with
should
a player
play
base
it.
rivaling major Netflix
On
releases.
disc, though. I have it on
this
disc.
isn't just a big business, it is literally a culture. You are part of the largest entertainment movement on Earth. That's not a coincidence. You're not wasting time. You're part of a global experience.
The original Xbox intro.
For a long time, people treated games like disposable toys, but over the past decade, that has changed dramatically. We now see video games taught in universities, dissected in cultural journals, awarded at mainstream shows, and studied as art. In 2012, the Smithsonian hosted The Art of Video Games, which featured Mass Effect, Bioshock, Shadow of the Colossus, and The Legend.
In December, I'm going to be headed to the Smithsonian, and I hope that they have a whole section for video games and computers there. Because, I don't know, I heard the Smithsonian has everything. It'd be pretty cool.
Zelda. In 2020, The Last of Us Part 2 won Game of the Year, Best Narrative, and Best Audio Design, categories once dominated by films and TV. Game narratives are now compared to classic literature. Design is compared to architecture. Soundtracks are performed by live orchestras around the world. And games aren't just storytelling tools either. They're
The Witcher travels around.
In Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, you experience psychosis through the eyes and the ears of the character. In Papers, Please, you're a border guard making moral decisions in a dystopian regime. No other medium immerses you quite like this, not even film. Games aren't just games anymore. They're literature, they're art,
Disco
philosophy, psychology,
Elysium,
design, music, narrative, all fused into one. That's not childish. That is a masterpiece.
The Witcher. Heck yes. And this expansion right here is particularly the blue one. It's called the one I'm on right now. I can't remember. It's Blood and Wine and Stone or something like that. It's like I think it's something about stones. Anyways, you're in that like Toussaint area. Man, this is such a good game.
Of human creativity.
Guys, videos of hair blurry.
There's another reason that gaming is
They're
so huge.
faking.
It connects us. In 2023, Twitch averaged 2.58 million concurrent viewers.
They're losing
watching
their
other
viewers
people play,
too.
Laugh, struggle,
He's
succeed.
faking or
YouTube gaming has exploded with playthroughs, long plays, retrospectives, and gaming commentary. Discord is a gamer's version of social media. Reddit gaming communities are among the largest communities in the world. So, this isn't a niche hobby. This is how people actually socialize.
It is
Cooperative games, they build friendships.
Last night I never played was it Hell Let Loose before, And, after the Battlefield 6 beta, I was like, you know what? I was given Hell Let Loose for free on Epic, however long ago, and I never played it. And I was like, man, I'm kind of itching for some more, multiplayer, military style stuff. And particularly, I wanted it to be free. If I go on PlayStation or Xbox, you got to pay for the monthly subscription to fight people. So I get in there and I have no idea what I'm doing. I was just clicking around to just get in the game. Turns out I created a squad, and I was the commander or the leader, and all these people are yelling at me to. Drop this thing, look at your stopwatch, and do this and do that, make rally points. I don't even know what's going on. And you get killed in one shot on this Hell Let Loose game. So, we were getting mortar striked, we were getting blown up, and anyways, I'll go off. We'll continue the show, but man, that was insane.
Competitive games foster teamwork. Single-player games spark online discussions. Story-driven games create shared emotional experiences. And streaming allows you to share your gameplay with the world. Every single-player RPGs now come with online communities dedicated to theory crafting, role-playing, modding, lore
Do not
analysis,
buy Subnautica 2.
Gaming is no longer something that you hide. It's something that you openly talk about. It's a way of building your identity, of being part of something much bigger. Gaming is social, it's cultural, and it's connected. It brings people together online and offline. So when you catch yourself feeling like gaming is just a waste of time, look at what's around you. Billions of people, billions of dollars, awards.
Hey, I was right here too. This is The Kingdom Come. This is the first one. This is right before your village is raided and you're destroyed and your dad gets murdered and
recognition, innovation, art, culture, connection, creativity.
Ooh, what is
if
this?
all of this was truly worthless, then the world wouldn't be paying so much attention to it. But it is. Here's the truth. Stats and figures aside, you have one life, and your free time, the hours that aren't claimed by work and responsibilities, that time belongs to you. Gaming isn't a waste of that time. You're doing something that makes you feel joy, presence, peace,
I do.
Whatever it is that you get personally from games. And that is enough.
I've seen it again.
The need to justify your hobbies, to make them productive or educational or profitable, that pressure doesn't come from you. It comes from a culture that doesn't value rest unless it's earned. But here is your permission. You don't need to earn it, okay? You don't need a reason to play. You don't need anyone else to approve.
It's up for debate.
You don't need to feel guilty for doing something that you love. This is your time.
I still am gonna say, if you are going to play games all day, at least try to get some stuff done that has been needing to get done. That's all I have to say.
This is your life, and if gaming brings you peace, meaning, or just a bit of happiness at the end of a long day, then what on earth is the problem? Listen, life is about making memories, okay? And memories, they either come from joy or trauma most of the time. Now, I guarantee you that you have a lot of gaming memories, and I highly doubt they're traumatic. So what does that tell you? It tells you that gaming has brought you immense joy in the past. At the end of the day, when we're old and we're looking back on life, all we have is one, the people that are around us, and two, our memories.
The last mission,
so please don't ever think that gaming is a waste of time. There are so many games that you haven't played yet that can become great memories for you. Whether that's with friends or if it's you on your own,
Warcraft.
There are so many more gaming memories to be made that one day you will look back upon and be glad that you made them.
Original Pokemon.
Now, as you may or may not know, I'm not very good at goodbyes, so...
This video was created by Dom's Gaming Channel. Go give him a like, subscribe. I was happy to watch that. It was pretty good, so anyways, thanks guys for watching my video, and like and subscribe for me as well. I'll post this original video down below.